Are you familiar with genetic determinism? If not, you're going to want to hear this. So, genetic determinism is based on, came about in, I believe, the late 1800s. So, it's what much of our current medical industry is based on. It's the theory that, or the understanding that basically pretty much half of your genes came from the mother and the other half came from the father, give or take some, because the mother does have other DNA that she puts into. So give or take some, right? And it's basically whatever is in your genetic coding is kind of what you're in a sense doomed to. So if your parents had this, let's say they had like diabetes, high blood pressure, the belief is that you will too, and there's nothing that you can do about it. Now, what wasn't accounted for was what you can do to actually interrupt the expression of these diseases in your life. And in many cases, even walk them back once they are expressed. So what wasn't taken into account was, are you sleeping? Is your mental health in check? Because when it's not, that'll express in the body too. Are you eating a balanced, nutritious diet? Are you getting moderate exercise? Like, all of these things could help stave off several of the diseases that would show up in our DNA otherwise. So back then, much of the medical breakthroughs, much of the money and things like that were going to just fight off these diseases. People didn't think that they could be empowered until they started learning about the integrative approach. Now, there are some genetics that will express no matter what you do. There are. And they could also be way worse if you weren't caring for yourself. So you're not doomed to what your DNA says. It's not just that black and white. You can make the choices. You can help. There are people who their parents, their grandparents have been incredibly unhealthy, diagnosed with many diseases, and they live optimal health. But it takes living a balanced life. It takes sleep. It takes eating nutritious foods. It takes an integrative approach. That is actually the key, as opposed to genetic determinism.